Rice Krispie treats. Welcome to Good Luck High Five, episode 361.
That's right. This is a podcast for you if you play Magic the Gathering, whether you're playing Arena at your kitchen table or out at your local game store. We are here for you.
And I'm one of your hosts, Chrimby Maria.
And I'm one of your hosts, Claus Meghan. Wait. Claus should be my last name.
Yeah, Meghan Claus. Are you?
You know, Santa and Mrs. Claus both have the first name Claus.
Well, are you Santa's daughter? And do you have one dream? College.
That's a reference to a very bad film that we once tried to watch part of on Netflix.
We tried. It's called Santa Girl if you want to try as well, but we would not wish that on you.
No,
it was pretty unwatchable.
We really would not.
But today's episode, speaking of Claus and Crimbies, is our 2019 Crimbies episode.
That's right. We are going to look back at the year and give some awards to all of our favorite or sometimes least favorite things that happened.
So, you know, it's like the Oscars, except much, much, much better.
Yes. And also, we too are dressed in designer clothing.
Absolutely. I am wearing Versace today.
Yes.
As you can see.
And my hoodie is definitely made by Vera Wang.
Can you imagine Vera Wang line of hoodies? She's probably made a hoodie.
That's got to be a thing.
You know what? Celebrities, I don't think they even like going to those award shows. It's got to be the most boring night of your life.
You don't think it's like a big party?
Well, I was reading some like tweets the other day that were like, they suck. It's so boring and the bar is so far away.
I was going to say like, just get drunk.
The only way to get through it is a nearby bar, I would imagine.
Wow.
But the Crimbies, you don't have to worry about that because we've got a roaring fire behind us.
Yes.
And you have your Christmas or holiday cocktail of your choice with you in your warm little paws right now, I hope.
So take a sip and buckle in.
I'm not dressed as Santa.
Don't be drinking and listening to this in your car.
No.
We just want to be very clear on that one.
That's illegal. We didn't quite hit our goal before we recorded this, but I believe we said before the end of the year.
Yes.
So that would be a little unfair. As of this recording, we need 7 more patrons to reach our 15 patron goal by the end of December.
And then Maria will have to wear an off-season Christmas Santa outfit.
I could dress as the New Year's baby.
Wow.
Which I don't know if anybody wants to see that.
Ooh, you could dress as Father Time.
Okay, great. I will dress as Father Time.
No, I want you to dress as Santa for our last episode, but it has nothing to do with Christmas.
People will
That's
be so
what we
confused.
said would happen. So
we did say
get
that.
7 more patrons by the end of the year.
Okay.
Maria will still dress up in a Santa costume, but it will not be for the Crimby episodes. It'll
just be very strange.
Off topic.
Very strange. Yeah, I will do it for you, dear listeners.
Yeah.
So please become patrons over at patreon.com/GLHF Magic. 7 more to go before the end of the year to force me to wear a scratchy beard for an entire episode.
Yes.
And I did say I would look like a dumpster Santa, and that is still my plan. I don't know what that means quite, but I feel like that's what I need in my bones.
Before we get started on today's episode, we have some people to thank. Chief among them, be-es to you.
Ooh, very nice.
Yes. Thank you so much to everyone who is a supporter of the show over on patreon.com/GLHF Magic. It means the world to us, especially as this year comes to a close and we reflect on all of the things that we've been able to create this year.
Oh, yeah.
That we had a really wonderful time creating, and hopefully you had a really wonderful time enjoying.
Yeah.
So if you're doing some giving as part of your holiday season, consider becoming a patron if you're not one yet. And maybe you're like, not right now, Christmas budgeting.
Yeah.
Hot dang, that's a thing. But New Year comes around. And you've got some new budget and you're like, hey, now I can throw a couple of bucks their way.
Yeah, we fully support supporting creators that make your life a little bit better. Because you know what? If we can all do things that we love in this world, what a great world this would be.
What a great world it would be.
You know?
Yeah.
Thanks as well to Card Kingdom. You can head over to their website, cardkingdom.com/GLHF. Make sure you use that affiliate link if you're buying anything for them. Last minute shoppers out there or spending money you might get over the holidays. They're a great, fantastic place to buy all of the magic stuff that you need. Meghan was wearing her Card Kingdom hoodie earlier today.
Oh, I love it.
It's
I've been
amazing.
wearing it so much.
It's really cool.
If you haven't seen it yet, I wore it last episode.
Yeah.
You can see it there because it is so cozy and it's It's
just great.
It's great. And I've gotten so many compliments.
Absolutely.
Of the people that we know, do you want to pick the number one person who complimented me on that jacket?
Is this somebody the podcast listeners know?
No.
I'm going to say Drew.
Yes.
Okay, great. You don't know Drew, but it's definitely on brand.
It's definitely on brand for
Drew.
him. If you have a Drew in your life,
Yeah.
they would appreciate a Card Kingdom hoodie.
They've got awesome draft product, Lumeria, which is really, really cool. An excellent thing to play with friends over the holiday. Just everything you could ever want. Card Kingdom sells it, and they're really great people. So check them out over at cardkingdom.com/GLHF. Well, happy Chrimbies, everybody. It's time to give out some awards and kind of reflect on the year that has been, and what a year it has, bro. You know what I mean?
What a year it's brawn.
It's brawn.
Yes.
So we had a lot of great sets released this past year.
Yes. It started off Ravnica Allegiance.
Wow.
And as we were talking about some of the mechanics from Ravnica Allegiance, we're like, can you believe that happened this year?
Yeah. Bizarre.
And we feel that every year about the set that came out at the beginning of the year. You get to the end and you're like, whoa,
that happened?
I'm sorry, that was clearly a decade ago.
That happened in our lives this year?
Yeah,
no,
did.
for
Ravnica
sure.
Allegiance. Core set 2020.
Okay, wow. I was a
Classic.
big fan of Core Set 2020.
It was a solid core set.
Playing those elementals.
Yeah, elementals was great.
Modern Horizons
Yes.
happened, which we're not going to talk about all the supplemental products, but Modern Horizons was such a big
Really
impact
stirred the pot.
that we got to talk about it.
Yeah. War of the Spark, of course.
Yep. And a standalone, by the way, which is starting the cycle of standalone sets.
That's right.
War of the Spark, the cheese stands alone.
And finally, Throne of Eldraine. What were you going to say?
Also the cheese stands alone. I was going to say big story point.
Yes.
In War of the Spark.
Oh, also, shout out to the friend of the show who sent us a copy of the War of the Spark Forsaken novel.
Thank you so much, William.
So that we can read it and report back to you. So we will resume story time with Meghan.
Oh boy.
Look, thank you for sending it.
Yeah.
Could I have gone my life without reading it? Absolutely. Am I really glad that we can concisely pull apart this story on the show for you now in the future?
Oh, absolutely.
Yes, I also am.
Absolutely. That was a wonderful gift that we got. We also got some awesome stickers from somebody named Meghan the Gathering on social media. If you've ever seen my laptop on coverage, you'll notice I have a little Karn covering up the Apple logo, which is really, really cute. And she's got stickers of all of the Planeswalkers and stuff.
And someone asked me the other day, they're like, where did Maria get that Karn sticker?
Yeah, it's from her, Meghan the Gathering. And you can buy them at Grand Prix and also search for her on social media and buy stuff like that too. So thank you, Meghan. That is really awesome. We're going to be putting them into the prize packages we give out on our show.
And finally, Throne of Eldraine. Wrapping it up.
Wow.
What a year.
What a year. For you, just thinking back on these sets, like what were your highlights personally?
Wow. Great
Personal
question.
highlights.
I just remember like the hype around Throne of Eldraine was unlike hype that I've felt for any set in quite a while.
I mean, that trailer was unbelievable.
The trailer and people being like, people being so excited about the fairy tale and like Arthurian legend combination.
Oh, for sure. It's a fantastic combination. We talked to Mark Rosewater extensively about this in an episode. Go listen to it if you haven't. It was really cool to hear that he had been pushing for this for more than a decade and it finally got made.
Exactly. So I think that just like the feeling of everyone being so excited for that.
Yeah, I love that.
One of my favorite things of the year.
I think Modern Horizons for me was really, really great. I remember casting a GP, a Modern Horizons limited GP with Reed Duke, and it was limited, so we got to see sealed and draft, and what a draft format Modern Horizons was. Yeah. Many players said it was their favorite, like almost of all time, not really beating out original Innistrad, which a lot of people say is their favorite of all time. But I thought it was so much fun, and it was just such a unique format, and I was kind of sad that it was like we had this one Grand Prix where we got to really do this in limited. Yeah. And then that was kind of it. But what a fantastic set to draft.
Yeah. And that brings us to our first Chrimbies.
Yes. First Chrimbies.
Yes. Best set of the year.
Drum roll.
Throne of Eldraine. I already started saying it.
Yay. Throne of Eldraine. Congratulations. Yay.
Yeah. It's so cool.
Oh, it is so cool.
yeah, it's just unlike anything that we've quite seen out of Magic yet.
Agree. I love the whimsy. I love the flavor. I love that they went for it and they went for it hard.
Yes.
Which is something I'd been really urging Magic to do for a long time, which is like, we can play in this sillier space, I think. And I think that's totally fine.
Yes.
We don't have to do it all the time, but I think if we do it like one set a year or something, that would make me very happy.
It had like our very noble like kings and queens.
Yeah.
And actual creature type nobles.
Yes, new creature type.
And then it had like ginger brute.
And we could like relate to these fairy tales that I was telling.
Yeah.
Everybody had memories of these from a kid and whatever. I just think
It was really cool.
They nailed it. Throne of Eldraine, awesome set. There were some mistakes.
Which we will get to later.
We'll get to that in a little bit.
Yes.
So we want to separate out two. Best set for draft, we're going to give to Modern Horizons. I just talked about it. I think it was a fantastic draft environment. So congrats, MH1. Will there be an MH2? I don't know. The Twitter hashtag
really don't know.
Made me think so, but Modern makes me think not.
Yes. Yeah, the state of paper Magic makes you be like, what is happening? Card of the year is our next Chrimby.
Is a pretty big Chrimby.
Yes.
Because
it's the card of the year.
Card of the year.
It's like the best actress award.
Ooh, it is.
At the Oscars.
Definitely is. And we're giving it out like top of the show.
Yes, we are. We don't end our show like that.
It's all downhill from here.
Exactly.
So there's really only one card I think we can give this to.
Exactly. As much as we maybe don't want to.
Yeah, I think we've got to do it.
Just like when Daniel Day-Lewis played Abraham Lincoln and you're like...
Did he like win Best Actor for that or something?
Yes, of course he did.
I don't remember.
Of course he did.
Of course he did, though. Yeah, you're
because
right.
You're like,
fine.
It's gonna happen, and it's not imaginative to give him the award, but he deserves it.
Here
I guess.
You go.
Anyways,
can I talk just one brief sidebar, just because I can't get off my hill that I will die on about the Oscars, and then I'll get off it.
Yeah,
but. Who out there, raise your hand if you are as furious as I am to this day that Crash won Best Picture over Brokeback Mountain.
Yes. Everyone's mad about it.
I think it might be the biggest snub in the history of the Oscars.
It is
at least top 5.
So yeah, it's terrible.
A horrible, horrible decision.
Yes.
Anyway.
Ooh, okay. Do you know which one makes me mad?
What?
Gladiator over Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Oh, I never actually saw Crouching Tiger, but I fell asleep during Gladiator, so there you go.
We should watch Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Okay, I'm in. Why not?
Anyways.
Okay, time in.
Okay.
Card of the year.
Card of the year.
Yes.
Are you going to hit that drum roll button?
There's no drum roll button. There's an applause button.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
It is none other than Oko.
Oko, Thief of Crowns. Congratulations, you son of a gun.
I mean, like, it just is the most talked about card this year.
It really is. And
played in the most formats.
Was the picture, the poster child of Throne of Eldraine.
And then quickly became the poster child for being busted.
Yeah, got banned, I think, much to Wizards of the Coast's chagrin. There's no way you want to ban your #1 card of the set.
But also, when it's that messed up,
you've just got to do it.
You've got to.
You know?
Wow. I had forgotten how mad I was about Crash winning.
Like, seriously, nobody would ever say today that Crash was a better movie. No, nobody in their right
of course
mind.
Not.
Brokeback was a masterpiece.
There's one of those movies that people still watch and one that is lost to time.
Yes. And like, oh yeah, that was on the DVD rental shelf at a Blockbuster when it closed.
Yes. And yeah. Anyways, Oko, like, some other cards that we considered, I think the only one that I also seriously considered when we were talking about this was 3 mana to Fairy.
Yes.
Little T. Because he is also very prevalent.
Oh, yeah.
And he somehow also has only been in our lives a year.
Weird.
Which is so bizarre.
Highly impactful card, I think.
Yes.
But
just not at the level of Oko.
Yeah. Didn't get banned.
Yeah.
Speaking of bans, how about our next category, Ban of the Year?
Ban of the Year. Yeah. Well, I mean, unsurprisingly.
I picked Oko.
You picked Oko.
Yeah, to go along with that.
I did not.
What did you pick?
I picked Veil of Summer. Because
why?
I hated Veil of Summer.
Yeah.
I hated it. It was a card
that
when someone would cast it against you, you're just like, why would you print this? At one point, I think it was Andrea Mengucci tweeted something that's just like, I didn't think this card was good. And then I realized like a 1-mana cryptic command is great.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, like, you could say the same thing about Once Upon a Time too. Like a free whatever is just absurd.
5 cards. 5 cards. I still can't get over looking at 5 cards with Once Upon a Time.
Hogak is in this category as well as a runner-up. That was
Hogak, which got 2 cards banned because they tried to not ban it.
Yes, they were trying super hard not to ban it. Sorry, Hogak, you were supposed to be a fun commander card, but turns out you were much more than that.
Much more than that.
And Field of the Dead, of course.
Yeah, Field of the Dead coming in there
too.
Whew, yeah. Veil of Summer. Goodbye. Don't let the door hit you on the way out.
Bye-bye. So speaking of bans, there are plenty of cards that were busted that never got banned.
Yes.
And we're going to give an award to the most busted non-ban.
Yes. And I think for me, the obvious answer, she was in the discussion for forever about what cards should we ban, is Nissa Who Shakes the World.
Yeah, I think a lot of people were kind of on the ban Nissa train at one point. And they just kind of,
one-sided mana doubling is just a messed up effect.
She's a house.
Yes.
A leaf house.
They're like, what card recently, besides maybe Oko, has by itself turned more games around and won them?
That's a great point. Nissa really can get you out of it almost anything.
This is the card that I think of where sometimes maybe I have it and I was like, I'm losing this game, and I draw it and I'm like
oh, just
and then
kidding.
You go on to win
now
the
I'm
game.
winning this game.
Or you're winning a game and you're like, please don't let them draw Nissa, and they do, and you go on to lose it. You're just like,
that's a great point.
Oh, 3/3. It makes it 3/3 every turn. It makes them so much mana. It's just, it has so much loyalty. It's a good card.
The other card I had on this list was Golos, Tireless Pilgrim, which Field of the Dead, essentially they banned that instead of Golos.
Yeah.
Golos sort of sees placed a teensy tiny bit, but it's not the way that it used to be. But that being said, it's still a pretty absurd card.
Yeah.
But I think Nis does beat it.
Yeah.
Oh boy, it's time for my favorite Chrimby.
Next up, best art.
Yay! I love this Chrimby so much.
Yeah.
So much good art this year.
Maria, when we were searching for it, Maria's like, I'm just going to search for Seb McKinney.
Yeah, I mean, I knew it was going to be a Seb.
Yeah. We've said it many times this year. Non-stop bangers.
But which Seb? And the answer is, I think you could go ahead and choose any of his illustrations this year.
There's so many good ones.
But I think one stands out as kind of emblematic, not only of his great work, but also the set of which it was released.
Yeah.
It was a very important piece of art for that set, which was War of the Spark. And we are going to give this award to
Deliver Unto Evil.
Yay.
This is the one with Nicol Bolas, like in profile, and all the walkers like down on the left. And it's just, it's so cool.
It's a really, really great.
It looks, like you said, like emblematic of the set. It just looks like when you're...
It should be an illuminated manuscript.
Exactly. Like when you look at it, it doesn't look exactly like a piece of magic art.
No, it's beautiful art. We give it the couch test. Yes. Can you hang it above your couch in your house? Yes, absolutely.
You could. And people would be like, what's this wild dragon thing
this is a
doing
cool
up
piece
here?
Of art.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So please keep giving more jobs to Seb. Love all of his work.
Oh, as we were looking at them, there were so many good ones. Like what's the Symmetry one?
Oh, Scheming Symmetry.
Yes, Scheming Symmetry.
That is beautiful.
Like Growth Spiral.
Great. And Growth Sprout. No, Death Sprout.
Death Sprout.
Kind of two sides of the same coin there.
Bedevil even.
Yeah.
Like Bedevil is really cool looking.
Bankrupt in Blood is probably my personal runner-up. It's really, really great.
Very spooky and really cool.
I'm so happy that Magic is a place where we can have these amazing works of art in our game, because I think that's not really true of many other TCGs or whatever. Like the art is good, but am I going to be like, yes, this is a work of art that could like hang in a museum? I don't know if I would say that. So that's one of the things I love about Magic, is that can be true. Okay, so our next category is another super fun one. I love this category, best flavor text.
Yes.
And my gosh, did we get some good flavor text this year, specifically through Throne of Eldraine, gave us a bunch of amazing flavor texts.
There were some really delightful flavor texts in Throne of Eldraine. Yeah. But I love this choice.
Yeah. It's one that I couldn't forget about all year.
Yes. And it's one that even as we look at it now, I'm just like, of course.
Yeah.
Of course. Goblin Matron.
Yay, Goblin Matron. Congratulations.
A mother only a child could love.
You know, and
So good.
that's like one of the parts of flavor text. To get the Chrimby, you've got to be concise.
Yes.
And just like perfect. And there's nothing amiss with this flavor
Yes,
text. It's
exactly.
a bite-sized piece of perfection. A mother only a child could love.
Oh,
Congratulations.
delightful.
Oh, this is another great category.
Yeah.
Best card name.
Ooh.
Once again, Throne of Eldraine giving us lots of
Yes,
great options.
So many great options.
And in fact, the winner from Throne of Eldraine in this case.
yes, it certainly is.
And you could have chosen a number for this. I think there's so many good names, but
Yeah.
this one is just like, honestly, there is nothing better than Didn't Say Please.
Yes.
It's so good. And people would like say this all the time, like playing this card in the pre-release, you know, like please or whatever.
Yeah.
And then you'd have to cast and say please, even though they said please, and it was funny. I love it. It's just
Yeah.
a classic joke. And it's exactly what the card does too.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
No, you didn't say please.
You didn't say please.
Yeah.
You just didn't say please.
Didn't say please.
Sorry.
And that leads us into worst card name.
I love this category. New for this
Worst
year.
Card name. Well, I think that there was one card that when it came out, we were all just like
wait a second.
everyone everywhere just did a little double take.
Like, how many people did this get through?
Excuse me? I'm sorry. The card is called a what?
You signed off on this? Congratulations to Raging Crunch
Raging Crunch.
for worst card name of the year.
Wow. Okay.
To which I say, really? I mean, I personally love it.
Yes.
But also, like,
It is hysterical. Was it meant to be?
I don't know.
No, Maria.
My eyeball.
You upended it perfectly.
It landed on its head.
Like on his face.
I'm so sad. It was almost empty, everybody.
Oh.
Oh well.
Now it'll smell
Rip.
like lemon lime.
Ah, great.
Oh, Raging Crunch. Really,
Yep.
was a card that happened.
Now we have best magic moment, and I think
This magic
moment. I remember what won last year, and I think it was Javier winning Worlds,
Yeah, I think you're right.
which we could put him in this category then again this year. Like,
Honestly, him winning Mythic Championship 5 was really great.
it was excellent.
It was so good.
And you know who I want to win Worlds again is Javier.
Javier is my
Back
my
to back,
strong
baby.
pick. But I think that there is definitely, we can all concur, many of us can concur, that there was one magic moment that topped them all this year.
I think so too.
Which was Autumn Burchett winning Mythic Championship 1 in Cleveland.
What an amazing moment this was. We were there, for it, which I feel very lucky for. And it's not very often that sitting at the news desk, I'll be emotional talking about the winners. Like, I mean, it happens from time to time, but this was to the point where I couldn't keep it back while we were on air. So it was just it felt like a momentous occasion to have the first non-binary person win Mythic Championship or any big Magic event was just like, I was so happy to have witnessed this history in our game. Yeah. You know what I mean?
It was really amazing. Yeah. And I felt so lucky to be there.
And Autumn winning as well. It felt like, I said this to them, like, did this feel like your tournament to win? And they were kind of like, well, I don't know. But sitting there watching them do it, that's what it felt like.
Yes. As soon as the top 8 started, honestly, as they were even leading into the top 8, it felt like
this is your tournament.
Yes.
You know this deck.
You are running these tables.
Yes, absolutely. And playing the deck with so much mastery that the other pros in the building were sitting there watching you like, that's what I should be doing. That's what you do in this scenario.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
It was really incredible.
Yeah. Cutest card.
Yes, something close to your heart.
Yes, I was looking through all the cards before the show, and I mentioned that this year, not a very good year for cute cards.
Yeah.
I mean, there's been a lot of great art and great flavor, of which I'm very happy for, but as far as cute, nothing was super stand out to me.
Right now I'm looking at, we have a giant banner of
what was this?
Harmless.
Harmless offering.
The cute little kitten.
With the Eldrazi tail.
Cute.
Yeah, like that I think is great. That's what I'm looking for, okay? So
that card is unfairly cute.
what could I possibly choose? I chose a card that did win cutest card for it's the set in which it was printed, which was Modern Horizons, which is Kite, because it was a very, very, very cute card.
Kite is so cute.
It's got huge, big dragon eyes.
Big eyes.
And my runner-up was Charm Stray because there are like 5 cats in the art of Charm Stray, and so that's gonna sway me.
Floofs.
They're all floofs.
Yeah,
I love a good floof.
It's your type of cat too.
I do love a floof.
Cat.
It's true.
Ooh, just some little strays.
I'm just a little Charm Stray.
Oh, meow.
Oh, I forgot to give applause. There you go. Congratulations,
What are our other sound
and
options?
Charm Stray. We've got applause, we've got laughter, we've got sad trombone, we've got like magical noise.
We need to start using some magical noise.
Oh, okay.
And every once in a while, a sad trombone.
Okay, great. Well, we'll do it for Gross's card.
Yes. Gross's card, runner-up, is Reaper of Night. Not because of the forefront of the art, which is like a good old-fashioned Reaper. But the background, it like the beastie it rides has like 7 horrifying faces.
It's very scary.
It is terrifying.
You need to take a good look at it.
It is so gross, but it is in the background.
Yeah.
So I am giving the grossest card of them all for this year award to All of the Arms Doom Whisperer. Doom Whisperer is just
I played the spooky noise.
Not it.
Yeah, Doom Whisperer. I almost forgot how many creepy arms it had jutting out of its torso.
So many arms.
Its thorax.
So many arms.
What would you do if I went to the doctor and I was like, I'm having a pain in my thorax?
Now I'm slightly worried that Doom Whisperer was last year because it was Surveil. Oh well.
Well,
I'm still giving it to it for this year.
Okay.
So
you
many
did. You weren't
arms.
searching from these sets.
I think I might have messed up.
Oh, okay.
But it's fine.
Look it up. You can look it up right now.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna give the award here. This is a great sad trombone noise moment for saddest card.
Yeah.
Which is also kind of happy, I guess, in Heartwarming Redemption.
Yeah.
Oops, that was a rim shot. Oh shoot! Oh god! Oh god! Which one was the sad noise? No, that's crickets. No, that's magic. There it is.
Oh,
I finally found it. We're all learning over here, everybody. Okay.
Wow.
Okay, Heartwarming Redemption for saddest card. There we go.
I really appreciate that at first you gave it rim shot.
Oh God, I'm sorry, Gideon. I'm sorry I didn't mean to make your sacrifice into a joke, which I've just done.
Oh man, we're heading back to Theros.
Yeah.
And we did just talk about Gideon and Heartwarming Redemption. So I'm gonna take a second to plug my serious favorite thing in the world, which is books. I just read Circe by Madeline Miller.
Ah, yes.
Which was very sad and really amazing, and I highly recommend it.
Great rec.
It's so good. It's so good.
Great rec.
Anyways.
Yeah. If you don't remember Heartwarming Redemption, it's the art of Gideon going, I guess, to the afterlife on Theros after he sacrifices
and he's meeting
himself.
all his buddies.
Friends. Yeah. Very, very sad.
Yeah.
Saddest card. So this next category is very fun.
Yes, I'm a big fan of this newest one.
Do you remember this rare?
Yes.
Which also sounds like a game show category.
No. Do you remember this rare?
No, I don't.
Maria Ravnica at War.
Nope, no memory whatsoever. What the heck does that card do?
3 and a white, sorcery, exile all multicolored permanents.
I remember actually when
That
this
card
got
happened.
previewed, and I was like, "Oh, maybe this will be a thing because we have so many multicolored." Anyway, no,
No, it was
never a
never.
thing.
It
Not
was
even
never
close
a
to
thing.
being a thing.
Quit trying to make it Ravnica at
Or
War happen.
It's not gonna
not
happen.
gonna happen.
Yeah,
Ooh.
super random.
Do you remember it? No.
Somebody on Twitter suggested Best Elk as a category.
Yes.
Great category.
Really good category.
And for that, we say congratulations to Embercleave.
Embercleave. Best elk of them all. My vote was for Fires of Invention.
Oh, also
a
great elk. Very good. Classic
Very good
elk.
Classic elk.
Another Twitter suggestion for a category, which is A+, is the Siege Rhino Award for least missed.
This is a card that one day when we finally say goodbye, We will not miss it.
We'll say, don't let the door hit you on the way out.
Nope.
And this year, congratulations goes to Hydroid Crisis. Bye-bye. Good riddance.
It's not gone yet.
No.
But someday it will be. And will we miss it?
I will not care.
No.
I will
Jellyfish Hydra Beast.
dance upon its grave.
Yes, we will.
Yeah, that I'm so sick of it.
Farewell forever.
So this next category is referring specifically to standard.
Yes.
And which cards we had wished had made a bigger splash. So
Yeah.
wish it had made a splash award.
Yeah. Which is a pun in this case.
Yes.
Because we chose Emery, Lurker of the Loch.
Congratulations, Emery. You deserve it.
I wish that there had been something cool.
You're a really cool card
Yes.
with artifacts and getting them back from you. Like there could have been so many cool things you could have done.
And every once in a while you would hit someone in draft who had drafted like a sick
yes,
Emery deck.
I had done that in draft.
and it was very cool.
It was really awesome.
And it made you think like, oh, what if
this was good enough for standard
what if this had
somehow?
been possible?
I know.
It would have been great.
Would have been great, Emery.
Yeah. You would have also liked to see a Circle of Loyalty deck.
Yes, I love Circle of Loyalty. It's exactly what I want to be doing in a cool standard deck. I wanted a Knights deck. It's not here yet. Will it ever get here? I don't know. I don't know.
Will it arrive?
Will he come out?
Will he come out? We
Yet
don't know.
remains to be seen. This is a category from last year that someone submitted that is so great. We're bringing it back again this year.
Card we are both most likely to play.
Yeah. Last year, do you remember what it was?
Ooh, no idea.
Something you would not expect.
Wow.
What's it called? I can see it in my mind's eye. You know, you attack with everything and then you're like, this card.
Settle the Wreckage.
Settle the Wreckage.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Settle the Wreckage. Very on brand for me, not on brand for you.
I think my reasoning was it was in my sideboard.
Yeah.
So we were both likely to play it, whatever deck I was playing at the time. This year, the award goes to Improbable Alliance.
Oh, love it.
Congratulations.
Love it.
It's a fabulous card.
Yeah.
Really fun draft.
Make some little
deck
fairies.
to draft. Yeah.
Yes.
This is another card I wish had been good in standard.
Yeah.
But
Still has time. Sometimes Reclamation played it.
yeah, that's
And
true.
it was really cool.
I mean, like the thing is, it's great because you love to draw cards, and I like lots of creatures, and it does both.
Wow. It's
Classic.
not often you get the best of both worlds.
Classic why not both situation right there.
Why not?
Ooh, great category coming up here.
Yeah.
Best new mechanic.
Oh, awesome. And we had so many this year.
A lot of new ones.
So we're going to go over them really quickly. So back, way back at the beginning of the year, we had stuff like Adapt, which was the Simic. Spectacle, Cult of Rakdos. Afterlife, which was the Orzhov mechanic. Riot from the Gruul.
Wow.
And Addendum, which was from
Blue Azorius. Wow.
So of those, like...
don't forget about Undergrowth from Golgari.
I thought that was...
Or was that...
Did I miss... No, that was
from
last year.
Guilds?
Yeah, that was from Guilds.
Wild.
Yes. It really... Riot especially, I think, from that set
made
was
the
like
biggest
pretty cool.
impact.
Yes. And it's certainly one that we see now with like some Gruul decks still happening around.
I think Spectacle is my favorite of that bunch.
Yeah.
Obvi. I love the Rakdos. And it was a really cool animation on Arena.
Yeah. Yeah, it was very cool. And then from the next set, War of the Spark, we had Amass. Static abilities on Planeswalkers and uncommon Planeswalkers.
Which I think is a huge deal.
Yeah.
And in fact, I'll just give this award out now since we're talking about it. Most innovative card design goes to the uncommon walkers.
Yeah.
Which just got a rim shot. Because it is very innovative, but in a few cases, it was a little too innovative.
It was too Narset?
Narset.
Ugh, I love that Narset. But yeah, like having only the minus abilities on them, having them still have statics.
And remember
really cool.
when we heard about this in War of the Spark, we were like, that many Planeswalkers, what is draft going to be like? That's just unfathomable that it could work.
And the fact that they made a set where that happened, but they didn't completely overrun the set for draft is incredible.
It was incredible. It was a huge success.
Which is amazing.
I would not have thought in a million years that could have worked as well as it did. And yes, there were a few problems, but that's going to happen when you're trying something totally new.
So new.
So I give huge pat on the back for Uncommon Walkers this year.
And then in this last set, Throne of Eldraine, we had Adventure, Adamant, and Food.
Okay.
Food, I want to give like a shout out to as one that we were like, this is underwhelming.
Yeah.
And it turns out it is a huge player in games.
Yes.
Limited
absolutely.
games, standard games, like
Ended up liking it a lot better than I thought I would.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Thumbs up to food. But we need a winner, Megan.
The best new mechanic is adventure.
Adventure! How could it not be?
You love yourself a good card that has 2 modes.
Oh, absolutely.
It's so much fun. It's so cool.
And the most, I think, innovative too, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Really cool. I remember first seeing an adventure card and not knowing how it worked.
Yeah, exactly. And like we got the early tease of like the book, like the storybook format at the bottom of the card.
What could this be?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was so cool.
Adventure was really awesome, and I hope to see it back again someday when we revisit, fingers crossed, Eldraine or, whatever. Put it on something else. I don't care. Weirdest card. Great category here. And this one jumped out to me as I was searching through all the past cards from this year. If you remember ever seeing this happen in your local game store, you look over and you're like, what is going on? Is that a game of Magic? Mirror March. Congratulations, Mirror March. You are strange. You have to
remind us what this card does.
Coin flips and whatever. Will you look it up so I can say it exactly? Because it is so weird. Also, the art on Mirror March is unbelievable. It's really cool, like 80s style art.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Yeah.
5 and a red. For an enchantment, whenever a non-token creature enters the battlefield under your control, flip a coin until you lose a flip. For each flip you won, create a token that's a copy of that creature. Those tokens gain haste. Exile them at the beginning of the next end step.
Yeah.
Pretty wild.
Wow. This art is great. Shout out to Johannes Voss. This is excellent.
Yeah.
And I'm going to give it a posthumous runner-up for best art of the year. I think it's super
really
different and really, really cool.
Yeah, that card's wild.
That card is bizarre.
I lost so many flips immediately.
Oh, yeah. You just lose a flip and you're like, oh.
You're like, okay.
I just did nothing.
Well, great. All
right, how about this next cat?
Most broken in draft.
So, unfortunately, we have 3 cards that I think equally share the honor this year.
Yes. One of them, though, I think we have to give not credit, but like negative credit to Arena.
Yes, for sure.
For making the card possible, which was Merfolk Secret Keeper.
Yeah, Merfolk Secret Keeper. We all know what happened there on Arena. The bots were a little bit off. And it made for not a good draft environment, which, by the way, sidebar, there had been some talk on Twitter over the past couple of days, moving Worlds to Arena only, and people being like, does that mean we're not going to have draft? And it's such a shame. And some newer Magic players who have grown up on Arena and have never actually played draft IRL or on Magic Online were like, who cares? Draft isn't that good. And it's like comments like that where I just about pooped my pants reading them. And other people did too, to be fair, because... I mean, they're just wrong.
Yes, they are.
I hate to say it.
They are just wrong. Because, do you know what? I don't enjoy draft right now. And it's because I have been primarily drafting on Arena. Yeah. And it's not as fun.
It is not the same experience, everybody.
Don't let anyone tell you it is the same
It is not the same. Playing in a real 8-person pod is the true way to play draft. And please, Arena gods, let us do that sometime in the near future.
Someday soon.
I don't care if I have to wait in a queue. Do you hear me? I don't care.
Yes.
And like just to hear people say this though on Twitter was so heartbreaking because they don't know.
Yeah.
Like they just don't know how much better it can be.
It's like if you went your entire life eating like a bad store-bought sheet cake.
Yeah. And you're like, I guess this is what cake is.
And someone was like, you don't get cake for your birthday. And you're like, I don't care. Cake isn't great.
Yeah.
It's because you never had a great cake.
Exactly. So that's what I have to say about that.
Same.
Anyway, a Merfolk Secret Keeper Arena problem.
But also... ill-gotten inheritance.
Yikes. Yeah. Remember that? What? Remember when somebody would just like drop one and then you drop yours and then they drop their second one?
And you're like, great. Cool.
And then this was a question online too. How many was too many?
I don't know that there was an upper limit.
I think I played 4 in one deck once, maybe 5.
I absolutely played at least 4 if I drafted them.
It was so busted.
It was so good. Also, this card has not been nearly as widely available. I think the bots
at least not right now.
It.
Yeah.
Yes, but Raven's Revenge.
Yeah, Raven's Revenge too. That was pretty bad
card
at the start of Throne.
Yes.
You kind of couldn't win.
No, it's really rough.
I still don't think it should be a common. I think it should be an uncommon.
I think it is an uncommon.
Is it really?
I'm pretty sure.
Well, then I would be right.
Yes, you're right. It should be.
Maybe I used to think it should be a rare. I can't remember. Yeah, it's an uncommon.
Oh, Revenge of Ravens.
Maybe I thought it should have been an uncommon.
Yeah.
sorry, a rare. I can't recall, but
it's pretty rough.
It
when it comes down.
yeah, it's pretty rough.
Yeah. All right.
Most Maria card, everybody.
Yeah.
What do you think it is? I bet a lot of people could guess correctly. All that glitters.
Oh, your enchantment friend.
A card that cares about enchantments, get in my deck.
Yeah.
And the way to play this card was to draft it with a bunch of ginger brutes and just go to town.
Just really smack them.
Yeah, and I did draft that deck, and it was very,
What
very,
would your
very
life
fun.
be like if you had never happened on Boggles?
I don't know, honestly.
Who would you be right now? You would be a different person.
Who would I be?
Can you imagine that? You would be a different person right now if you didn't love enchantments.
Gosh, would I just be a super, just like basic aggro player?
I don't know. Who would you be?
I honestly don't know.
Isn't that amazing?
Because Boggles really changed my life, you know?
would literally be a different person.
That's
I love
so
it.
weird to think about.
Oh, it's amazing.
Even take it back even more. What if you never played Magic?
Okay, that's
That
even
is
more wild, but
That is a mind-blowing thing that I
obviously-
can't even think about it.
no.
What's the most Meghan card this year?
Ooh, the most me card this year is Gadwick the Wizened.
Oh, congratulations, Gadwick.
Anything with an X for card draw in it
Yeah.
is just gonna be my jam.
And that is a great card to
Blue,
choose.
blue, blue. X. You're drawing X cards. I love it
so great.
much.
So great.
And then if it stays on the battlefield, all those cards that you draw tapped on their creatures.
That's my favorite part about it. This
I love it.
This next category is really fun. And we
Yes.
have a lot of entrants and / winners in this
Yes.
category. Most surprisingly good.
Yeah. We have, like you said, a lot of entrants.
Yep.
But for me, there is one answer that stands foremost in my heart,
Okay.
which is
I think you're probably right.
Wicked Wolf.
Yeah, I think that's accurate.
I
Wicked Wolf.
remember-
Congrats.
When we first started seeing all of like the Bant Food or Simic Food decks, and they played 4 copies of Wicked Wolf, and I was like, I would never have guessed that would be a 4 of in the most popular standard
competitive standard deck.
Yes.
And I've said this too, and I've had pros be like, "Oh no way, this card is great. I knew it was great." And I'm like, "You are out of your mind. There's absolutely no way you
How
thought
did
that.
you know that?
No way." Because we didn't know how prevalent food would be, how easy it would be to always have food.
Always.
When we saw this card, and like the fact that you would have something you want to remove, even like you weren't going to be playing against a lot of control or whatever. So yeah, I think this card
is busted.
Came from nowhere and just completely busted the
It's not
format.
even busted, but it's just so good.
Yes. Yeah, agree.
Oh, yeah.
Runners up, we have Agent of Treachery, which who would imagine a 7 mana, 2/3.
It's great though.
Would make its way into standard. Brazen Borrower, I think
love that tempo on it.
Is a super
Real nice.
important card to say because a lot of people were unimpressed with it and didn't think it should have had the mythic slot. Do you remember that?
Yes.
They're like, this card
I do still
should
agree
not
that
be a
it should have
mythic.
gone to Fae of Wishes, but
Yeah.
anyways.
So that was a hot topic this year. And Edgewall Innkeeper, a 1/1 for 1. Turning standard around. Pretty cool stuff there.
Yeah.
All right. So this category, a lot of listeners will be very happy to hear.
We haven't done this in a while.
Yeah.
But we have to say, what is this card?
What is this card?
What is this card?
What even is this
Gilded
card?
Goose?
Gilded Goose?
Gilded Goose? What is this
You're
card?
an O2 for 1 mana and you
1
matter?
minute?
How do you matter?
You consistently matter? Oh, look, I used my 1 food to make a mana of another color. But do you know what? Then I can just make food.
Whoa.
I just make food all day.
You make food all day?
I make food all day. I'm a goose. I make food all day.
If I don't play this on turn 1, I lose?
What is
this card? Yep. I think quite easy to give that award to Gilded Goose this year.
Okay.
All right, we've got another one for you.
What is this deck?
What even is this deck?
Kethis combo?
Kethis combo?
What is
what
this
were
deck?
You were like winning on turn 2?
What are you doing?
In
Who
standard?
do you think you are?
There was just like games that went on for
What?
50 years, but you had already technically won.
1 million years. You played the game for 1 million years.
You played Diligent Excavator and you needed it?
You played 4 copies?
You played
played 4 copies?
Every single deck 1 week in the MPL.
You're the only reason why Mox Amber ever actually mattered?
You're the only reason anybody has ever crafted a Mox Amber.
You are
you.
You.
It's your fault. It was a
Kethis
mythic.
combo. What is
this deck? Also, it was so late on the scene too.
Yeah, it
that
really was.
It probably would have gotten a ban, but it was rotating out.
But it was rotating like
so it
right.
didn't matter.
People found it. I want to say the check.
Yes.
That check testing
It was
house
a check
found
house.
it. And then it was like, oh, thank goodness it's gone.
Oh God, we don't have to worry about it. Oh, what a deck.
There was a week where we just had to try and parse some kind of meaning out of 8 mirror matches of Kethis combo.
Yep. Oh boy, what a week that was. So speaking of decks, what was your favorite new deck of the year?
Mine is definitely Jeskai Fires.
Yeah, great deck.
I love it. It's a card that actually makes use of Fires of Invention and its ability to cast stuff for free. It's great. I love that it plays the Cavaliers.
Yeah, so cool.
And you get to draw a bunch of cards. You get to give them haste. You can play Kenrith.
Oh yeah, Kenrith.
So many of his abilities. It's such a cool deck.
Really cool deck. I can't be mad at it. I think it's cool too. Yeah. My deck of the year is a tie between Command the Dreadhorde, which I think was a really cool deck.
Can't believe that was this year.
I know, wild. And the Vampires deck with Sorin.
Yeah.
I loved that deck. I love that deck more than Command, but I think Command was a cool deck, so I wanted to make sure we mentioned it. Very innovative. Who would have thought that you could have done that, played that card, and used your life gain engine from your little tree friends to help you stay alive through it. Vampires, very powerful, great deck. I loved it.
Great. And finally, most surprising deck of the year.
Yeah, who saw this one coming?
Gates.
The Gates deck. What?
Not me. I thought it was a joke almost the whole time. Not the whole time, but like for like the first solid 2 weeks.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I was like, what? These jokers.
No, it was for jokers when it first came out.
It was for jokers.
And then people slowly made changes to it and became straight up not for jokers. And the cool thing was, I don't think this deck played any rares, I want to say.
Barely any. It played... No, like the Colossus wasn't.
Nope.
The Ram wasn't.
Nope.
Gates of Blaze wasn't. Wow.
Yeah. You just didn't need them. You just needed, and the lands too were just gates.
Yeah.
So those are commons.
Plaza of Harmony.
Oh yeah, Plaza of Harmony. You're right.
There you go.
But yeah, what a bizarre deck to actually be competitive.
Weird.
The Gates deck.
Yeah.
So congratulations to Gates deck and our 2 favorite decks of the year in our final categories of the Crimbys.
Yeah. Now I understand why they put the best actor, best actress, best picture last. I get it.
Maybe 2020 will realize our mistake.
Or we won't. We'll just
do it again.
Barge, full on, full speed.
So like next year's looking pretty bright in Magic, I would say.
Yeah, I'm so excited for Theros.
I'm really excited for Ikoria.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what Ikoria
is. I know, they keep saying it's going to be a really wild mechanic.
Yeah. I am sad that we're not going to Vryn yet. I want to go to Vryn.
Oh yeah, Meghan, you've been a Vryn's prodigy for a long time.
Yeah, that's me. But I am very excited for the places that we know that we're going.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Monster fights.
Monsters. We are monsters.
We're the monsters. Monsters. We're the monsters. Hey everybody, shout out to Ultra Pro for being ultra awesome.
And a great sponsor of this show. They sent us 7 pounds of dice
that's
how much we love their dice.
We love their dice.
They have these awesome, they're heavy metal dice.
Oh, I love those.
Which are so cool. They have these the big sets of D6s that have the Planeswalker symbol on them.
So you can count your loyalty.
So nice. Yes.
And where are you going to put all these dice, if not in a Planeswalker dice bag?
Beautiful Planeswalker dice bag.
Hello.
So if you're looking for especially if you're looking for some little gifts to round out the season, some stocking stuffers.
Yeah,
some clog stuffers if you're in the Netherlands.
Do they do that? They put
don't they
stuffers in their clogs?
Don't they put gifts in shoes? I want to say that's a thing.
I don't know. There used to be a theater in town where if you went and you were a kid and you put your shoes outside the theater, you would get candy in your shoes.
It's like that. That comes from
really cute.
Some kind of tradition.
Maybe I'll put candy in my own shoes this year.
Well, don't make them ones that you wear often.
I'm going to put some Reese's Trees in and let them melt.
Anyway,
Ultra Pro.
Whether you want to put them in stockings or shoes, get some awesome stocking stuffers from Ultra Pro.
Okay, so Meghan is right about the shoe thing.
Yes.
My favorite part about it is is the name for Santa in the Netherlands is Sinterklaas, which sounds very scary. It sounds very scary.
Yes. Well, you know, he will put you in a sack and take you to Spain if you
Sinterklaas. If you misbehave.
Yeah, if you misbehave. So
I love the Welsh tradition of Mary Llwyd, where a group of people comes with a horse head and a gray like sheet over them, like a skull. And they come and knock on your door and they give you rhymes. And if you don't have rhymes back, they go into your house and raid your booze cabinet. It's very creepy to see.
That's a great tradition.
It's like, it is straight up scary. Like a horse skull coming for you. Like,
what
give
happened
me your alcohol.
What happened to all of our wine? Well, a skeleton horse came and drank it because I didn't have a rhyme.
Excellent. Oh, thank you everybody for hanging out for our Chrimby's episode here in nearing the end of 2019. We have one more episode in 2019, which is kind of wild. But yeah, thanks again to everybody who supports us on patreon.com/GLHF Magic and anybody who heads to cardkingdom.com/GLHF to kind of show your support for the show and just work with good people over at that store.
Thanks also to our sponsor, Ultra Pro, a really wonderful sponsor that you can get their stuff over at Card Kingdom.
Yeah, you can too order 7 pounds of dice. Nobody's stopping you.
And remember, if you become a patron by our next episode, Maria
so that'd be
will wear
on the 30th?
Yes.
So it'll come out the 31st?
7 more people. And Maria will have to wear a weird out-of-season Santa Claus outfit.
You know.
A Sinterklaas.
Sinterklaas. That's who I'm going to be.
Yes.
I'm going to say I have very long fingernails.
Happy holidays, everybody.
Happy holidays.